So this is Salty 7, and you can see in the background we have a new project here at the home. We decided to go ahead and pull out the Bermuda and weeds that we had growing in the front yard and resod with St. Augustine. We have been dealing for over 3 years with a very poorly matured Bermuda grass, and it just never really seemed to fill in and choke out the other weeds, and we kept pulling weeds. So we said, you know what, let's go with St. Augustine. Down in our climate, St. Augustine performs a little better than Bermuda as far as growing really thick and lush, and in hopes that we can choke out the weeds. And two, with the kiddos running and playing and bicycles and everything else on it, the Bermuda just could not hold up to traffic. Turf grasses, as far as turf grasses go, St. Augustine is going to probably be your most hardy as far as repair and resilience against traffic, foot traffic and other things. So anyway, you can see we've torn everything out. We hired a skid steer to come and basically do a lot of the hard work for us, and then we had to come back and get the edges all nice and pretty next to the concrete. We want the grass to be a little bit lower than the concrete. As Mother Nature would have it, over time, with wind-blown sand and other things, that will slowly go up over years, but you might as well start off a little lower. Got a pile of bushes in the back. We tore out a bunch of large, mature vegetation that we didn't really like, and we've got a new front garden going in here that we planted just to add a little more color and spice to the front yard. So we put the garden in first, and then I guess got a little bit of wind under our sails and said, why don't we tackle the front yard too? Well, it's been a little over a week since we put the sod down, and as you can see, it's starting to grow and get a little greener. When it first went down, it started turning yellow, of course, and we had to water a bunch because it's on sand, and so there wasn't a lot of moisture underneath. We're very glad that we prepped it really well as far as making sure it was all smooth before the sod went down, because even pieces of sod can be a little bit uneven and lumpy, so any other lumps underneath would have been magnified if we put the sod on top of it before prepping it. Also, we're glad to get all the weeds gone. You know, we had so many different kinds of weeds and grasses growing here that we didn't like, and so now it's one uniform grass surface, and as you can see, I'm getting sprinklered as we speak. So anyway, we're enjoying our new lawn.